I used to be someone else. I saw the very best and the very worst. Some might call it positivity. Now, I'd call it being naive. I saw things that would bring a man down to his knees. Pocket ninjas, The Room, Monster High. Then I started this trek into the Witchcraft series. I thought I could do it. I thought I could stay positive. I could show the great things about this giant mess. I was wrong. There comes a time in every person's life when they have to own up to the facts. There comes a time when things must change. I used to be someone else. Now, I'm Dark Lupa.
Just kidding. That's stupid. This is Witchcraft 8, Salem's Ghost. We left Witchcraft 7 with our favorite gender-bending cop duo, Lutz and Garner, discovering the body of our protagonist William, who was murdered by a vampire. Also, there were vampires. You're probably wondering how the series continues after that, what with our main character being dead. And Witchcraft 8 will solve this problem by not solving it. It has nothing to do with the rest of the series. Yeah, Witchcraft 8 is the Halloween 3 of the franchise. Not so much because it was the black sheep of the family that gained cult recognition later and now stands alone in its own right, more so in that it's completely unrelated and slightly boring. Sorry, take that comment back. I know there are Witchcraft 8 fans out there that might take offense. So when the Witchcraft series is brought up, as it often is in everyday conversation, what comes to mind? Boobs, hero of varying degrees of doofiness, boobs, witchcraft that involves little to no actual witchcraft, boobs, a terrible villain, and some loose connection to the devil that involves boobs. Witchcraft 8 checks all of these boxes, but has the added bonus of being part remake, part Amityville ripoff. And with a shooting time of 10 days total, you know there's some thought and care put into this. And there's boobs. The film centers around the Dunaways, who have moved into their new home in Cliché, Massachusetts. Upon arriving at their new home, weird things start to happen, and eventually a warlock pops up in the basement. Sonny Dunaway is played by Lee Grober, currently an acting teacher in LA, who has been in 8 projects total. This is the only character he's played with a name that isn't a doctor. His wife Mary Ann is played by Kim Kopf, who's had a decent career, acting, writing, producing, and doing stunts. You may recognize Salem's Ghost himself as Jack Van Landingham, martial artist and hypnotherapist extraordinaire, probably best known for his role as guy who got arrested after a long and boring sex scene in Witchcraft 7. See? That's him there. Some other Witchcraft actors return for this one as other characters, including Sally from Part 7, Garner from Part 6, and a doctor from Witchcraft 5, who's also been in a shit ton of recognizable things. Prolific voice actor William Knight, who you've heard in Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, Akira, and Ghost in the Shell, plays a small role in this as well. And accident victim from Gone in 60 Seconds. I've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds. Okay, let me just say something here. There is someone credited as Witchcraft 8's massage therapist. I have never seen such a credit in my life. Kudos to you, man. It seems like that acting career never really took off. After doing some reading, it appears this is a thing, so Ed's gonna have some explaining to do if we ever film Ninja the Mission Force Season 3. But you folks might want to watch Seasons 1 and 2 first. So let's start this thing. Oh, whoa man, deep. This was made in 5 minutes. And what is this? We're going on the Oregon Trail now? We're swept away to the woods behind the director's house, 1692, and oh boy, Chris Angel's in trouble. Oh, hang on guys, we're gonna find out who this season's Ink Master is. I don't recall reading about this part of the Salem witch trials. They must have been embarrassed because they knew it was gonna end up in Witchcraft 8. Fun fact, in order to kill a witch, it was required that you dress like a Gregorian monk. Oh man, check out Alberto here. Ah, well that was quick. I guess his skin had the same consistency as tissue paper. Via the power of reused credit effect, the priest sealed the remains in ye olde basement, yada yada yada, whatever. 300 years later, here's the Dunaways. Or are they the Robo-Dunaways?
It's perfect.
And wait, if this is 300 years later, that makes this 1992, 4 years before this movie was actually released. Since this doesn't really relate to the rest of the series, I'll give the previous timeline a pass, but how am I supposed to concentrate knowing this is an unintentional period piece? Everything will be 4 years too early. I know this isn't 1992. Little do these poor souls know, in 27 years, their house is gonna get turned into an evil vampire polytechnic institute. So Sonny is super excited about the new place, but Marianne is having second thoughts about the time and research put into buying it, especially since they bought it from the Protestant Church of England, and that's weird.
I know it was a bit rushed, but man, we got it for a steal. Look, there's plenty of room for guests. And look, a yard for your garden. It's got everything.
Oh whoa, space and a yard? No more research for me, I'm sold! Not sure why Marianne decided she needed to aerobicize on moving day, but whatever.
Here I am to save the day.
Well, that was out of fucking nowhere. You don't bore us for 10 minutes and then just throw that in. That wasn't demons or anything, he's just claustrophobic. Though it's worth noting that that's probably more effort than they put into any of the effects for the actual witchcraft stuff. One quick but pointless call to the humorously named Dr. Smothers later, we're hit with the one thing that makes this entry notable in the series. This film has the most disgusting softcore porn sex scene ever shot. If you're squeamish, I urge you to look away until you hear Charles Solomon's Hulk yell. This is just trying to be the fridge scene from 9.5 Weeks. I'm not sure what's less erotic about it, the context, the actors, the food, the music, or all of the above. Say what you will about the other witchcraft movies, even when the sex scenes sucked, you could at least mute them and probably get something out of it. Not me personally, but someone out there. Even the nasty milk scene, and that was pretty bad. But this one is appalling to every sense. Just a complete failure on all fronts. To top it all off, they wasted a lot of fucking food. I just saved you 2 sad minutes. Here's where the semi-remake portion comes into play. Witchcraft 1 was one of the weakest in the series overall because it was boring as hell. While it did have some laugh-worthy parts to it, it was a long slog to get there because there wasn't any mystery. You knew it was about witches, and you were forced to watch Grace walking through hallways doing nothing most of the time. We get kind of the same thing here, except instead of Grace, it's this schmo. However, they do add some more plot elements and characters to stave off some of the boredom, and there's no dramatic steak-eating scene, so it's not Witchcraft 1 bad. But wait, Sonny's a teacher and he's teaching about witchcraft in Salem, Massachusetts? I take everything back. This is so painstakingly new and original. I know where this is going. He's gonna teach a class of misfit witches that there's more to life than gangs and teenage pregnancy.
And in 2 years, you could be eligible for tenure.
That is, of course, if you keep your lessons orthodox. None of this new age, baggy pants, witchcraft, fiddle-faddle.
We found a wonderful place up in the Chestnut Hill area.
Chestnut Hill?
Oh my God!
This film also has a sense of humor. It knows how to be zany. Don't believe me? Ask the wacky neighbors.
Howdy, neighbor. How the hell are you? We're the Bakers.
Oh my God!
I am relieved the music cue let me know that this was supposed to be funny. I wasn't sure if they were failing or not even trying. Jokes aside, this is the best acted of the series. It's not anything Oscar-worthy, but no one is standout bad in this. It's surprising the actors didn't go on to do more projects because they could do well with better material, especially if they could make something out of this thing. I don't know why reviews say that the acting—
I'm Gail, and this is my husband Mitch. He's a plumber. Oh, we know how it is, sweetie. So, Sonny, what do you do?
The funny part is that the neighbors are annoying and Mitch is a plumber. You can expect more of the same, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't highlight more of this yuck fest. Anyway, Mitch volunteers to inspect the Dunaway's plumbing and goes snooping around the house. He says that one of the walls needs to come down and immediately starts smashing at it. You know, there are probably tools or safety guidelines for— I don't know why I'm bothering. They uncover a door behind it with a glowing red light. Nothing weird about that.
Whoa! Must be some kind of backdraft or something.
We heard that same noise last night.
You don't think a backdraft could happen twice, do you?
The last people who lived here only stayed for 2 days. We thought there was something wrong with this place.
Is she deaf?
Well, Mitch and I never fight. Well, there's no reason to, 'cause he's such a wild bronco in bed. Oh,
Is the person they badly dubbed her with deaf?
Did it ever occur to you that he might be right? He's a plumber. And you're not.
You need years of training and expertise to say that you're a plumber. Better trust him on this one. In order to prove to the school's dean that he can be creative, Sonny invites his students to the house for a lesson. Yes, after establishing that he needs to prove himself due to an affair he had with a student in the past, the thing the dean most wants to see is him inviting students to his house.
Whoa! Awesome, dude!
We are totally real college students, man!
I think Professor Dunaway is so cute.
He's definitely cool.
He is so intelligent.
The movie seems to have confused Sunny D with a different lead actor. Wait, his name is Sunny D! Look at this Greek god, the perfect specimen. He's a succubus, luring young women in with his sheer sexual power. Tell me about more history, Professor. She is gonna be so disappointed when they end up having sex over mayonnaise and fruit roll-ups. While this is going on, Super Plumber here breaks down the wall downstairs and steals the cross from the door, releasing an evil satanic power and thus dooming the lives of all parties involved, possibly unleashing hell on earth. That's our Mitch! Sonny decides to investigate. Now what did I forget? Oh no, my crippling claustrophobia! It snuck up on me again! Okay, they're not even going for erotic this time. Who is this movie catered to? I feel like I stumbled into a Moonbeam feature all of a sudden. And the most baffling sex scene award goes to— Later that night, Sonny finds himself transported into a Lady Gaga music video. That's funny. Sonny never has a second cup of Lady Gaga at home. That's an old commercial. Just thought I'd explain that nonsensical reference to you. Now Salem's ghost has been unleashed and he's fucking shit up. He might be part mountain lion too. But was it just a dream, or has the nightmare become reality? Or worse, it became birdemic! I must have sex in this.
Honey, what's wrong?
Isn't that just a typical day? You get home from work, ready to relax, and then 10 things need fixing and your house needs an exorcism. The people moving furniture just slightly off screen deserve some sort of award for this. I'm floored. Oh, I take it back. Give it to Fridge Guy. Fridge Guy! Everyone knows that's E.T. Come on, guys.
Clarence MacArthur. I'm from the Protestant Church of England. I've come to tell you a few things about your house.
Wait. So they sold these guys a house with a warlock corpse in the basement and didn't tell them any of this shit until now? What dicks? Okay, so this leprechaun here explains that the house was sold to them because of an oversight. So that makes it better.
300 years ago, during the witch hunts of Salem, a vile warlock, a wretched and evil man by the name of Simon Winfro, accused of murdering and ingesting countless children, raping more than a dozen women and forcing them to black witchery, was desecrated on this very ground and buried in what you know to be the room off your basement.
His accent's just so silly.
You mean to tell us there's a warlock loose in our house?
A warlock's ghost, more powerful than the physical.
Oh, so they're more powerful when they're dead. I got it. Which is why they had to kill him in order to trap him in his basement crypt. The Lord of the Dance here urges the two of them to move out of the house.
Hey, we're not going anywhere. We bought this place lock, stock, and barrel.
Dude, you almost became a victim of frigicide. Maybe it's time to pack it in and call it a day. Going for the stupid option, they decide to trap the ghost in the house and do away with him. Who you gonna call?
Someone else.
The witch hunter who entombed Winfro in 1692 was my ancestor. I am his legacy.
I know how that goes. My ancestor used to review So Bad It's Good cave paintings.
This is crazy. A witch doctor shows up and tells me my house is haunted, and now I'm helping him catch a ghost.
Hunter!
What?
I'm a witch hunter, not a doctor. Jesus, Mary and
Aw, that's scary. Who the hell wears magic 8-ball boxers? Clearly it's a battle of epic proportions. Pissed off at the repetitive dream sequences, Sonny visits McPriestland in his makeshift fort. Don't worry, he put up a sign saying no warlocks allowed. He's perfectly safe.
That fucker is in my attic!
Oh, I was in the middle of the latest Archie comic. This is the last time I sleep over here. What the hell are those supposed to be? Stuffed animals? In conclusion, nothing is accomplished for at least 8 minutes of screen time. One of Sonny's students shows up again to seduce him as the film tries desperately to convince us that he's desirable.
I heard you were sick, so I brought you some of my homemade chicken soup.
Like most soup, it takes on an odd corn-on-the-cob shape. Sex scene. It turns out it was Salem's ghost the whole time, who succeeded in scaring off a college student and possibly eating her homemade soup. Diabolical. This means they have to make some Nickelodeon slime to combat his wicked ways. For as much crap as I'm giving the film, the scenes with the priest are at least a little bit funny. The actor tries with what he has, and I can see a hint of something there. Like most folks in the Witchcraft movies, he was only in one film, but unlike the neighbor lady, he's actually not that bad. His accent still sucks though. But whatever, it's time to face Salem's ghost head on, cause facing makes me feel good. Hold on to your seats.
I am the Dark Lord.
Little bit underwhelming.
fear none, and he has no power.
I thought he said he was way more powerful as a ghost. I never expected this kind of inconsistency in a witchcraft film. Oh, he did it! He slimed him! This apparently sends him to the roof? Meanwhile, Plumber Mitch has been possessed or something and ends up getting him arrested for being crazy, and the cops take the cross.
There's no time to waste. We must have the cross back this very moment.
You're messing with state evidence, pal.
Evidence of what? Has he actually committed a crime? Not that this has a point anyway, since Mitch just breaks free and knocks the cross aside, running away laughing evilly. Ouch. Listen, we're probably not gonna need your services anymore. Yeah, it's not working out. McLucky Charms explains that Sonny must stab the ghost with the cross to incapacitate him and send him back into the earth. Because, of course, you have to stab the ghost.
Call the police. I'll be back in time for dinner.
The police are right next door. Remember you were talking to the guy like a minute ago? Oh, it was him the whole time. I guess. Look, no one really cares, guys. Salem's ghost throws Sunny D into a box and snags Marianne via bad effect that disappears too quickly. Rather than expecting Marianne to do anything useful, Sunny must overcome his fear of enclosed spaces to save his wife and his sweet new pad. As much as Sunny sucks in this fight, Warlock Dude is really stupid, so it kind of cancels it out. He throws him right next to the one thing that can kill him.
Go back to hell.
He looked like he was actually expecting it. I don't think his heart was really in it. Maybe he just wanted some attention. So the day is saved and our couple is free to go back to disgusting food-covered sex. It seems unfair to rank this movie with the previous 7 since it's not really a continuation of anything, but I will say it wasn't the worst one of the bunch. As a standalone film, it's sort of an amalgam of other better things, but there are some parts worth watching. Once the priest guy shows up, the film gets some much-needed personality, and aside from the neighbor's wife, the acting isn't noticeably bad. The good news is there were less sex scenes than the other entries. The bad news is that the ones here are unerotic at best, disgusting at worst. But you could see moments where they tried to make something out of this, and the effort was appreciated. You won't miss anything if you skip this one, but it's not a complete waste of time. Next time, let's get back to William's story. Yeah, he's not done yet. See you then.
300 years ago, I used to run wild and free until they came. I used to rule the land, used to spread the fear. No one dared to be anywhere near. Some said Satan was on my side. I tasted fear, it was my delight. It made me stronger when I'd watch them bleed.
You sure you're gonna be able to make it to the poker game on Friday, buddy? Huh? Okay, all right already. Hey, listen, are you sure you're gonna be able to make it to the game on Friday? Mitch? Poker Friday.
Is there a police siren going off in the background?